Looks like this is the move to try and catch no one on the sniper.
And this should be a guaranteed kill, easily leading up with the burrow strike, even the epicenter being thrown down just to ensure that no one does indeed fall, because it is such a critical kill.
Sacrificial role where he's trying to just put himself in a position to scout out the ganks.
Charge, and they do manage to quickly kill Lil here as he's going to be bumped into the arrow. He should be able to get that one. The mech actually goes down. Maybe Lil can still actually get something off. They just rip apart that Spirit Breaker, and NP is actually going to be forced back here.
And immediate smoke. They want more. They're going to find more.
Oh, that's exactly the kill they want to be able to pick up. Eternal Envy's just going to have no traction in this game. The turnaround, though, MSS managed to get a beautiful ultimate. They managed to take down one with AUI. They're going to be able to get the other support, but the rest of VP have already started backing themselves away. The Ursa does manage to at least pick up SVG. And
it's going to be VP able to take team fight.
Ooh, a charge, but immediately there's Pasha with a turnaround. They do manage to get the stun onto MSS, hoping to be able to stop that burrow strike. The Static Storm's in good position separating this fight. Ramses will get Rose as they try and back themselves away now. Eternal Envy does have an arrow. Beautiful burrow strike from MSS. A three-man that opens things wide open for NP.
They're going to lose an Ogre, a tower, and
I love
maybe
this
even
play.
a secondary tower.
This is beautiful. They actually have the mid push going on, but the rest of the heroes have smoked up and rotated bottom. They've caught no one, and a beautiful setup from MSS right as the TP completes from Pasha. They're going to be able to get the extra kill in the core, but they're stuck inside the Pit of Malice. The Underlord's actually getting away here. The turnaround comes out from AUI. The Rage pop by the Ursa is going to be able to tank up a lot of that, but it's still AUI come to the fore. He's going to be able to output enough physical damage to take out these supports. At least one of them, it looks like the Disruptor hiding away in the trees, will manage to survive. The Bouncing Glade's just so much to handle, but they will manage to finally bring him down. The Ogre is dead. Ramses and Lil are going to fight this one out with Pasha, seeing if they can actually kite AUI. Pasha will go down first, but AUI will end up going down to Ramses. Lil manages to stay alive through all of that and is looking for the extra craft. He's going to be able to TP into the shrine, catch them with a glimpse, and that is going to be a full wipe here as SVG will die to Ramses. And see if they can actually take this fight off. The Glyph baiting AUI a bit. They're going to be able to catch him with Ramses, but Rose bumps him back. Nice jump in from Pasha. That's going to be able to catch these heroes long enough for the Static Storm and the Kinetic Field combination to be able to catch these heroes. AUI only surviving off of his invis for now, is backing himself away. MSS with the counter initiation goes in deep, tries to pick up no one, but this hero, it's surviving just a little bit more. MSS, he finally does manage to get that kill, but now he's trapped inside the trees. Can he juke his way to victory here? Has the burrow strike, doesn't get hit by the Pit of Malice, goes a little bit deeper, gets the blink, TP's out. Ramses is there, finds MSS, but it's not enough. They glimpse him. They caught him at the end. Lil will bring MSS back to his doom.
He's down bottom here. It looks like NPR thinking about this sniper.
Oh, they're going to go for the Underlord play, actually. They're going to try and contest what was a pretty clear read of NP. They're going to be able to get this glimpse thanks to that one. BKB preemptively utilized, and that's a big win as long as VP don't get caught in a nasty situation here. The Fatal Bonds, the charge goes out. They are going to be able to get a Golem onto two. AUI surges forward with that ultimate, but a Glimmer Cape's going to be able to save Lil, not going to be able to save Pasha. It looks like the damage seems overwhelming as MSS comes in with the epicenter. It's going to be charged up by Rose. The Invis still working its dividends here. Rose is going to be able to bump back the Ogre. They're actually going to try and kill that support first, but Rose is going to have a hard time backing himself away. Ramses popping the BKB, and NP will begin the kite game. But unfortunately, our Warlock not able to kite at all. The Diffuser Blade slows him down to a crawl. Ramses looks for the next kill. Actually, Trench is trying to back out. His BKB is done, and now the magic damage is going to do its work. Popsy Enraged survives a little bit longer underneath this tier 2 tower. They need a bit more, and they've got him too. MSS dies for it. This Blink Dagger he chose to go for. Eternal Envy showing himself in the top lane. He's might rotate mid as well, but the other four have smoked up, pushed forward inside their own jungle, and hoping to be able to catch someone, but Ramses already blinks himself back. MSS managed to get the catch, but it's a little bit too far. All of these VP heroes, AUI says, damn it, I'm going in. You guys need to follow me in, but he realizes this is too much to handle. A couple of BKBs popped by VP, and now they're the ones who are going to try and turn things around. Nice glimpse back into the Underlord horde. AUI can't really do much out of this. Manta, but gets a Force Staff out of that Static Storm. He's going to be good for now. No one's damage is stalled up. MSS gets the Burrow Strike, but this upheaval, it's doing so much work. All these heroes, they're stuck inside this one. They can't go anywhere. No one's just tearing them apart from a distance. Rose bumps him back, just an attempt at a retreat, but he's not going to be able to make it out of here and assassinate. He gets peeped. NP, they still try and finish this one up. Eternal Envy will manage to get no one, it looks like, but he's dropped quite low. Underlord and Solo, they're trying to battle it out with MSS right now. MSS with the Golem feeling good, gets the two-man Burrow Strike. Solo's quite low, but it looks like Eternal Envy's not willing to make that commitment just yet.
Well played by no one. He wants to hold that BKB for the Aegis respawn, most likely.
Bruiser comes forward. Solo threatening these heroes of NP. They're going to make their initiations. Eternal Envy comes forward with BKB, but he's already been locked down. Does manage to get the leap away. No one can't quite finish him up, and the Shrine starts doing his work. Meanwhile, inside of this one, Spirit Breaker's in the middle of it with AY. Here comes MSS with the counter initiation, but the Epicenter isn't going to be able to do enough. He gets the Burrow Strike, a little bit more AoE damage. They brought a couple low. No one's going to come back in, but he's surrounded by enemies on all sides. He focuses on SVG first, pops the BKB, bounces himself away from AY, goes for the TP out, and that is a clean escape by him. No bash going to come up. Ramses is going to be left behind, though. He'll be the one kited down to his death. NP will hold outside of their base. They lost the tier 3. Glimmer Cape. They're actually going to charge him up here. The Underlord's going to try and intercept them, but the BKB activated. They're going to fully commit to no one here, trying to finish him off, but with his BKB activated, doesn't seem like they have the damage to be able to output. No one, he's actually being targeted by AY now with the jump in. The MSS doing a lot there, but no one is surviving through this one, but the rest of the team is not. VP are collapsing now, and Pasha can't save them. The Dark Rift attempt, but it's not going to be there. He gets away, but all of his comrades had fallen, and none of NP have dropped. Smoke, they're going to run into an invis of Rose, but they do see him thanks to the gem. BKB activated, but Ramses locks him down, is able to get that bash, holding the hero in place, and now NP on top of an arrow. NP, they've lost their Spirit Breaker, but they're not able to make the commitment on a solo. He's obviously just not the hero they can go on. These two big guys, Underlord and Ogre, they just serve as these tanky heroes that, oh my god, he actually popped the Epicenter. They thought they were actually going to come forward. VP, they didn't actually go for it. They went back to the Roshan pit. That's going to be an Epicenter completely wasted. And now NP, I have no idea how they actually contested, but they're going to try. They drop the Golem, and a beautiful Burrow Strike onto multiple heroes, but it's just not enough. Barada, he's already been brought down. No one, he's now targeting MSS. MSS trying to make his way away with the Yule Scepter. Here comes Luna. Pasha's trying to go for the Dark Rift out. Solo is trying to battle up against this as well. AUI's getting kited around this guy. He's just not good for him. Ramsey's on top of it as well. He tries to pop this, he did, but it's not enough. Ramsey survives. He doesn't win that 1 versus 4, and now it's going to be the extra heroes. NP down for 2 minutes on the Luna, and VP in a great position, not just to take Roshan, but also to force those buybacks.
Yeah, assault into the Static Storm. That's going to be all over for NP.
There goes the arrow onto no one. He tanks it. The Glimmer Cape is up for now. Now comes the Shiva's 2-man Burrow Strike to set things up. Ramses is going to immediately going to jump forward, and he targets the Luna, almost bringing him down. The Golem stops things up, and Ramses still gets that final swing. The Golem's in Fatal Bond's a good position, but they just don't seem to have enough damage. VP still look very tanky. They finally get that ultimate down, but they're lacking the Luna ultimate, and that is what the game plan was. NP just run out of steam here. They're 2 heroes.
Let's find it out.
Oh, SVG, he's going to be running into the smoke here, but VP are not in position to be able to respond very well. Instead, they get the telekinesis onto Eternal Envy, but it chains. It actually hits Lil, but they still have the stun coming out from the Nyx Assassin. Too many stuns for Jack to deal with. That'll be a first blood for a Nyx Assassin. Maybe an early pair of boots is in his future.
It's a happy Nyx.
Another opening like that, you could be in trouble, but it's going to be SVG trying to catch out no one. They do manage to get the long-range Searing Chains into the pole, and that'll be no one who's going to be caught instead. He had such a good setup, but a rotation from SVG turns things around.
This mid lane has kind of been turned around. Envy at least kind of holding his own, getting enough CS out of the lane.
Crush, Rose, combo stunned up here. They still have Solo ready to go with the telekinesis too. So much disable, and it will be enough. Crush, a second crush. So that was 4 disables all ready to go for that axe. And they're just going to have to take this solo kill. They do manage to surge up Rose, double slow onto Solo. They're actually going to be TPing in for this one, the telekinesis, but the Frostbite into the double ion shell creeps is too much damage over time for him to handle. They'll at least get the turnaround. SVG going to be caught by the cold snap.
Not without a response. VP kind of see what's going to be happening at bottom lane and want to trade for mid.
AUI is going to ignore Ramses, goes straight for the heart of this team. No one's going to be targeted. That's a tornado used, and AUI, his initiation stalled up, does manage to go on a Solo here. The Dark Pack should be enough to be able to get that support kill, but they've already lost their axe. Now the Omni Slash goes on SVG. That's another support down.
It's going to be a losing battle against the Invoker Jug.
The counter ward is laid out here, and they will manage to get the call. Nice read there by Rose. Managed to successfully read where Pasha was, but maybe that initiation was not a bright idea. They're going to be able to hit this impale. EMP goes down. Eternal Envy, fresh out of mana. The Omni Slash on the right-hand side, unsuccessful. They do manage to get a lot of damage in the AoE, and VP, they're actually getting melted by this one. SVG with a beautiful freezing field will back this one up. That fight should have been so much worse for VP. They still manage to recover this one, though. They're going to be able to pick up the extra kill. SVG just can't get out of here. Ramses has the spin coming up in a second. They have the purge creep as well. SVG's not getting out of here alive.
Good chance they see this smoke coming. They saw SVG holding on to it. They saw 2 or 3 heroes grouping up, And yeah, they are ready for this.
Oh, they still managed to get the call onto Lil, but Pasha's set up. He's trying to get somehow a spike carapace hit onto the spin, but it just doesn't happen, so he misses the stun. They are going to be able to catch an SVG, though, and it looks like maybe a little bit more. Solo catches him right as Surge goes out from MSS. Cold Snap going to hold him in place for a little bit longer. Lil in place. Rose unable to get the call. Eternal Envy on the left-hand side is trying to get some of the backlines with the call, but he's already been turned around on. AUI's trying to help him out, focus on Ramses, but Ramses just way too big. He's just going to right-click Eternal Envy down as he's out of mana once again, and the crush comes out from Lil, catching the extra hill. AUI just doesn't have any mana to work with. He's going to be focused down, and VP just utterly dominant. More, they may still go for a dive, and it looks like they won it. SVG, he's going to be caught here. The crush goes down, and SVG gets torn apart with an amplified damage. Now with the spike carapace, they actually managed to hit MSS. Follow-up tornado into the stun. It just gets better and better for VP, and now Eternal Envy, he actually completes the TP into this one. Hopefully he's got a game plan, bounces back to the Spirit.
Kill away, but if VP want, they can try and force this high ground here. High ground ward gets planted, and that's something NP haven't been able to deal with just yet.
Man, he's almost got a Scotty on Ramses. He's got the double ultimate orb, so he is super tanky. He's got a heavy amount of damage thanks in part to the big alacrity levels coming out from no one, so this tier 3 tower is just going to drop so quickly. Lil pokes his head out, misses the initiation, is going to be turned around on, but Rose unable to find initiation as the tornado EMP burns him out. Ramses in hugely deep, but is it going to be punished by it? NP just do not have the control with Rose dead, so they're going to focus on the melee racks to manage to get the jump in the vacuum, but now a meteor, NP, you traveled into a trap of your own. NP, they're trying to fight this one out with AUI in the front lines with the BKB. He's already killed one hero, but can he finish off Ramses' Aegis and go again?
You're confident enough with the 2.6k HP Jug. He's going for this +8 all stats talent and has a Skadi, so he's got a huge amount of survivability.
Ramses keeping his distance from Eternal Envy for now, gets chained up, does manage to purge up Eternal Envy. He jumps backwards. AUI surges forward with the BKB trying to pounce onto Ramses, but he just goes ahead and spins, walks away with the BKB now on cooldown. virtus.pro can tread back into the enemy base. Melee racks is so low.
Yeah, they miss a lot of spells now. BKB goes on cooldown.
AUI gets a couple of hits in, just trying to stack up those stats, but I'm pretty sure NP realize that this is just not going to be a lane that they can save anymore. They're going to have to find a better initiation a little bit later on. The vacuum catches you, managed to get the call, but already the pushback there of the Invoker. Now the Ice Wall on top of that. They managed to get a beautiful counter initiation by Lil onto 2. NP are trying to fight this one out, at least get a kill on Lil, and they will be able to get that much for the rest of VP. Double beyond godlike, then they're looking for even more, pushing deeper. AUI's managed to pop off his ultimate. Pasha misses his stun, targeted by Eternal Envy. He managed to get himself away. AUI's dead. Eternal Envy dropped as well. Triple kill beyond godlike for Ramses, and no one, he'll go ahead and pick up SVG 2 with a triple beyond godlike of his own. Who gets the quad kill? MSS dies. AUI left for dinner. Ultra kill beyond godlike for no